Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be creating this glowy, summery look. It's super easy, super simple. I think the hardest part about the eyes is maybe just putting the lashes on. And you can definitely skip that part if you don't want to do the lashes. Everything else is fairly simple. So let me know down in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get started, and don't mind my ginormous pimple over here. It's you know, whatever. So let's get started. So my face is moisturized already, and I went in and I primed with the Benefit Professional Matte and Poreless, or yeah, it's just called the Professional. So I put that on already, and I'm going to start with my eyes first. And I did take some primer. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to stick with a couple of the warm colors. I'm going to use Burnt Orange, or no, Real Regard. I'm going to use this color right here, Raw Sienna, Burnt Orange, and Primavera. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a fluffy Morphe brush, and it's the Morphe M441, whatever fluffy brush you have. So let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing on my eyes and all the redness and imperfection in my skin. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use Raw Sienna, and I'm just going to place that all over as a transition color. I actually haven't used this palette in quite some time. Place that there. Do it on the other eye. I start by stamping out the color where I want it to be first on the eyes, and then I'll go in and I'll just buff it out. I'm gonna take a smaller brush. If I can get it here, I'm going to take a smaller brush, something like this, where I can really kind of pack the color in. And this is a Morphe brush, M514, and I'm going to go into the darker brick orange in Real Gar, if that's the name. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly. I'm just gonna take that into the crease and buff that in. Oh, it looks like this brush was a little, might have had some previous use on a glittery shadow, because I just pay it off. Alright, and I'm gonna take that from the outer corner and into the center of the lid. So we have a nice gradual fade of color here. Do the same thing to the other side. We have all that done and down. I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm going to take a flat shadow brush, something like this. And I'm going to dip into Primavera. And I'm just going to apply that over top the lid. Pat it. Just like that. And alright, so once the shadow is patted on there, you can take the same little small fluffy brush and just kind of add a little bit more color if you need to, or just kind of blend in the lines. So there you see, we have a nice gradual blend. If you really want the color, the shimmer, to stand out a little bit more, if you want it to stand out a bit more, you can definitely take your finger and just apply it just in the center. Or you can wet your brush, but I like to just apply it dry and then use my finger to go over the top. It gives me better control of the product, and it doesn't get patchy. How sometimes if you wet your brush, and you apply it in one spot, that's where it's going to deposit the most color. So let's keep going in until we get that nice gradient. You know, always just take more color and, you know, buff it in there. My face is a little swollen because of my allergy, so if you guys, you know, bear with me. Okay, so now that my eyes are somewhat done, let me I just can't. So next, let's move on to our eyebrows, and I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So let's go ahead and comb these back. Okay, so now that I have my brows done, I'm going to curl my lashes real quick, and I'm just going to take my curler. And if you are scared or if you pinch yourself when you're curling your lashes, it's easier to just pick up your lid like this, and it kind of just makes it easier to get in there with the curler to get a nice curl. Curled lash. Going in with my MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D mascara. Such a long name, but I love this mascara. It's great. It works for my tiny little lashes that just don't like to hold a curl or to look like I have any lashes. So I'm just going in. Okay, so now that we have our lashes on, let's get started with our face. We've already primed our face, so let's get started with our foundation. And okay, so I'm going to use the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. I'm in this shade Natural Beige. Alright, so now that we have our foundation down, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier, and we're just going to apply this just to brighten up our face. I have a scar here from a pimple that a blackhead. It just won't go away. I'm just going to bring it down the center of the nose, just a little bit here, and just oh. Bring it down here. We're gonna go in with our sponge and just blend it all out. Yes, sweetie. And this is a good way to kind of like fake out. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Ooh. I really love this Laura Mercier concealer. I feel like I wore it to the gym once to give it a test run because it claims to be long wearing and super, super flawless. It does look like skin, so it did look like skin once I did apply it, and it did hold on to my skin. It didn't rub off, and I had a great workout. You know, I was actually wearing something like this, like a black long sleeve athletic wear shirt, and I just would rub and rub and rub the sweat off my face while I was doing my cardio, and it was not coming off. It was there on my face, and I checked my face after my workout. It was not coming off. So I do really recommend this Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. What is up with all these super long names? I don't have time for all that. Okay, so now let's take in some powder. We're gonna take some Laura powder here. Come on, Laura. Laura's getting stuck, and I'm just gonna set my under eyes real quick. Here we go. I get super oily around my nose, so I try to set these areas as best as I can. My forehead gets oily all right here. Yep. So I'll set my entire face I'll just start to press some of the leftover powder and the sponge all over. Press that in, and then you guys will see what I use over top. So let's put that away. Let's take a little sippy. Ugh, my coffee. I feel like coffee just makes everything better, quite honestly. So now I'm going to top off my face with a Studio Fix foundation powder from MAC. This is in the color NC30, and I really like this because not only does it mattify my face, but it also works like as a set-in powder to me. I feel like it keeps me matte all day long. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna pat some onto my brush. And I'm just gonna take some and just dab it on. And it adds coverage, which I love, because who doesn't want the extra coverage? You know what I'm saying? You see that little dot, that little scar that's just still hanging there? For some reason, it just likes to stay. My nose gets super oily, so eye powder. Alright, so I actually got two of the new Fenty Rihanna bronzers. I got Private Island, and I also got Caramel Cutie. And the packaging is really nice. It's like this mirrored compact, and it does have a mirror in the inside of it, so that's nice. So this is Caramel Cutie, and this is Private Island. So you guys can see the shade difference in there. It's a little bit more orangey and darker, and this one's more like true to skin, so you'll see. So I'm going to take Private Island, and I'm just going to take a nice little small brush to kind of bronze around my face. I don't want something that's super heavy, because then it's going to just pick up product that we just placed. So I'm going to take this little brush here, I'm just going to swirl it around here and just lightly start to add some warmth to my face. As you guys can see, it's a very subtle bronze glow that it gives off. And that's what I really like, because I don't want that orangey color. Like, I don't want a heavy bronzer sometimes, and it's so hard to find a bronzer that's not super dark or super light, because it's they either start to get super gray or they're orangey. So this line has been perfect, in my opinion, to offer a couple of different shades for bronzers, because I feel like the bronzing section just kind of just hasn't evolved in a bit. So there we go. So that's a nice subtle bronze that's, you know, bringing color back to my skin. And then if you want to add more, you can definitely go in with something darker. I'm going to take some of Caramel Cutie now. Same brush, and I'm just going to swirl around and just kind of buff it into my cheek area here. Just above where I would contour. Okay, so now that we're like glowing just a bit, I'm going to take Fenty Beauty again, and we're going to take her Kilowatt blush palette. I don't know if they're just called Kilowatts. Freestyle Highlighter Duo. So they're highlighter duos, but I use it as a blush, and this is in the color Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule, and I just think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna dip into the Ginger Binge part with a little blush brush, and this is a MAC 129S, and we're just going to take that and just right over top of that bronzer, start to pat it and sweep it upward. Do the same thing on the other side, just kind of sweep, 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 sweep. There we go. This is really nice. Am I going heavier on that side? All right, yeah. So now we're looking snatched. Snatchy snatched. And I'm just taking whatever's left on the brush and just kind of just adding it to the top of my forehead temple here, right about above the brows, just to kind of bring it all the color together because it's gonna flow. You want it to look natural, like when you get a nice sunburn or a nice tan, you don't just get super tan here, you get a little color up here as well. So just whatever's left over from that blush, I just kind of just patted over here in that area. All right, so I think I'm gonna use Artist Couture loose highlighter in the color Diamond Glow Powder. And this stuff has like a nice gold iridescent color, if you guys can kind of see. Let me swatch it. It is highlight. So I'm gonna use that today. And I'm gonna grab just a highlighting brush, Morphe, or whatever it is, and we're going to add it over top right here. Oh my god, you guys see that? Jesus, Jesus, take the wheel. Down the nose bridge, just a little down the nose bridge. Yes, oh my god, I forgot about this. I love this. He has some really good, and that's not even a lot, so. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Jesus, Lopez. Just gonna put some here too, where the sun would hit, just a bit. Over the lip if you want. To look super glowy on the chin. And if you really want like that, like, ooh, my, ooh. If you really want to accentuate this, let's a little spritzy ditzy on the brush, and then we're going to dip into this juicy formula. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys. Oh yes. I just can't. Alright, this is too much. Too much highlight. Alright, that's enough with the highlight. Alright, so we're done. I think that we're okay. We're good. If you want a little bit more, like I said, you can go in with a deeper bronzer, kind of just really bronze it up. So I'm going to take the same blush brush that we used and dip more into the Caramel Cutie from Rihanna's collection. Just kind of go over it and just add it right in there. Just keep warming it up. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. So that's like a nice warm look. Okay, so next, if you want to use a nice dewy little set-in spray, I've been loving the Anastasia Dewy set. It is amazing. So let's just set our faces. I'm not crazy about the smell. I think the smell for this spray could be better. I love the Morphe spray. The smell of that, or even like Fix Plus, smells beautiful. It smells delicious. But I'm not crazy about the spray from Anastasia. The scent. You guys, look at that glow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you haven't tried out any of Angel's loose highlighters yet, you guys need to get on it. So I actually ordered this like years ago. I've had this for years now, and I never ordered any more because I don't like ordering makeup online because I don't like waiting for it. But this is worth it. So I actually want to bring some brightness underneath the eye, and I'm going in with the Anastasia Metallic Luster Liner. This is in the color Liquid Gold, and they're super creamy. Look how creamy they are. You see that? Oh my god, that's beautiful. I'm gonna take this with my waterline. Just gonna add to that. You probably can't really see it, but if you have light brown eyes, my god, this is gonna really stand out. So there we go. You guys can't see it. That's great. Wonderful. You can actually take a little bit of this right in the tear duct. Just to give it that nice glow. Do you guys see how glowy that is? Oh my gosh. I'm going to take a small little brush and just blend that in so that's not so harsh. You see how subtle it is now? So you can definitely... Okay, so for lips, sorry, my hair is like crazy. What happened to it? All right, so I'm really, yes. So for lip, we're going in with a Morphe lipstick in Taunt. I think this is a liquid lipstick. Liquid lipstick, and it's like this nice, like nude brown, or like peachy brown. I absolutely love it. These are only $10, so that's awesome. And I'm going in with one of their lip glosses in Shimmy. So $10 just to add a little glitter or shimmer. It is called Shimmy. Really, really nice. Okay, so now that our lip is finished with this combo here that we used, Morphe Taunt and Shimmy, and this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It was super simple and easy. Let me know what you guys think down below of the look, if you guys think it was super easy to follow, or you know, any polite criticism that you might have. So yeah, let me know. Hope to see you guys next time. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe. Maybe I need to do my hair a little bit better.